Okay. So should we start? Let's start now. Okay, so we're doing a little something different. We're going to showcase some food, like a
Wait, are we going to welcome them back to the channel?
like a struggle mukbang. Oh yeah, welcome back to our channel. This is Dakia and Jones Media, and that is comprised of me, Living Ishe Reviews. Check out my channel, and this is,
The Alkali Yogi, but you can also call me Lisa.
and you can check out her channel, Alkali Yogi, on YouTube. And so today we're going to review while we show you a little food. Oh, okay. So today we're going to review Ready to Love Season 6.
35.
Already. Season 6, Episode 3. All right. So let's see.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to our channel. This is Dakia and Jones channel. I am Living Ishe Reviews, and my channel is Living Ishe Reviews on YouTube. And this is
The Alkali Yogi, and my channel is Alkali Yogi, but you can also call me Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, so this is a little different this time. We are doing our review. Of course, we're going to do a review of Ready to Love Season 6, Episode 3. And while we're doing that, I'm going to show you a nice little plate that the Alkali Yogi prepared. And you want to describe what this is?
Yes, so this is a gluten-free vegan bagel. Most bagels are vegan, unless I'm wrong, obviously. Vegan cream cheese, which you can make at home using cashews. Delicious. We have a little bit of tomatoes and red onions, some vegan truffled mushroom cheese, some capers and olives. Oh, and how could I forget? We have a little fig preserve right here. A little fig preserve. Fig, by the way, is alkaline. Tomatoes and red onions, alkaline. And olives, also alkaline. So this plate is all vegan, gluten-free, alkaline-ish. I lied. It's not fully vegan because there is some smoked salmon. But if you remove the smoked salmon, by the way, it is wild salmon, not farmed. That's important. Then it would be a fully vegan and gluten-free plate. It still is gluten-free.
Right now is vegetarian.
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian, vegetarian,
Yeah,
vegantarian.
but delicious. His son just devoured
Yes,
a plate.
he did.
Gave me a pound and everything.
Yep. So
When a 14-year-old loves it and it's healthy, but he doesn't know that, then you know you've done something right.
yeah. So I fluctuate between vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian. So it's all the stuff I need, and it's also good for you, and it's alkaline. That's energy for your body. All right. So
Let me just say.
say what you say what you
So because I wasn't in the mood for this deliciousness that I prepared, I was not in
Why
the
you
mood for
took my
that.
plate?
I decided to just stick to some yogurt and granola. Purely Elizabeth currently is my favorite granola. It is bomb. It's vegan, and it is also gluten-free. So I've got some yogurt, which is the bed. I've got the delicious Purely Elizabeth granola, which is most affordable at the Co-op in Park Slope for all my fellow members out there. And I topped
Where's
it up.
Park Slope for the people who
Brooklyn,
don't know?
New York.
Okay.
And last but not least, I've also topped, on top of the delicious granola, I've added some raw almond butter. And it's important that it's raw always, never roasted. Once you've roasted your nuts, they're dead nuts. So dead nuts, look at that. I'd set up a perfect joke right there.
It's hurt tonight.
So you want to get rid of all nuts that are roasted because they absolutely do nothing for you. And then last but not least, I've added some apricot preserve, which is sugar-free because, again, your fruit is sweet enough. So either make your own
Lots of sugar,
preserve
fruit.
or marmalade, or purchase something that is sugar-free. You want to stay away from all of that white sugar. It doesn't do you any good. So this is going to be my little dinner. for tonight, and
And
she's
also,
going to enjoy
we
it.
have some popcorn.
We're doing like a recap slash review slash mukbang, and the reason for that is because we eat really well. Thankfully, we are very blessed in our household. We eat like royalty because we're both foodies. I'm also a holistic lifestyle coach. I'm an avid alkali person in general, food enthusiast. So we eat very well, and we thought, why not share some of these foods with you, give you guys some ideas. You may have seen our Costco video actually too.
If you
That
haven't,
helps.
check it out.
Yeah, check it out, because we want to start offering also things like recipes or food ideas and ways to shop at supermarkets or even ordering at restaurants rather, the best options available to you. So if you're a big snacker, like for instance, this popcorn is great because it's organic, it's non-GMO, it's gluten-free, it's obviously vegan, and there's no palm oil associated, just a little bit of sunflower oil and Himalayan sea salt. So Bob's your uncle.
All right. And then I'm washed it down with a little pome juice. It's pomegranate juice. The one that's shaped like a thick lady. It's got the two. It's POM. Pome. It is, that's the good stuff you can get at Costco. All right, moving right along. Let's get to our review, shall we? I'm cuddly. I'm safe. Who is that?
That would be Teddy Bear 2.0 Cornelius.
Cornelius. So that's what I'm going to take like a one-liner from every episode. So anyway, let's start off. So they start the episode in the ladies' lounge, and Tommy wants the girls to set up an activity for a date, and something that's more to their lifestyle, to see if the guys who they date fits their interests. But before that, he throws in a curveball. This season they doing it a lot different. Like they starting off in the lounges. They always started off in the lounge, but they have like 4, 5, 6 curveballs. And so they're adding more and more people. Like each week they're adding 2 more. So this time they added 2 last episode, and they're adding another 2 this episode. And so the 2 new singles who come into the picture will date. Will be on a blind date with one of the cast who's been there since day one.
They did the same thing last week, so it seems to be something that they're running with this season.
Yeah, the blind dates, blind date curveballs, bringing in more singles. So, but it starts off right away. The first 2 people who they put on these blind dates are Dakia, Miss Baxton Wax, and Clifton. So Dakia has to go on a blind date with the new man.
Can we just say one thing, viewers? Let's please stop with the Vaxxed and Wax, because nobody asked you, and really nobody cares. I mean, some people might care, but they should seek help. No one should care. So let's end that. Let's dead
it. Let's get boostered and neutered. No.
You see how it just gets worse if you perpetuate this? I urge you all to not speak on these things.
Do your own research.
And just not speak on it.
Yeah, we don't need to know all that.
We don't need to know. I don't know if you took the polio vaccine, do I?
Okay.
And I don't care.
All right, so Dakia, she has a blind date with the new single. That was the curveball number 1. The 2 new people are named AP, who is a woman. Talk about AP.
Oh man, AP incidentally is a holistic lifestyle coach. I find that to be fascinating that this year, in this particular episode, they have a woman who's a yoga teacher. Her name is Ace. And then they have AP, who's a holistic lifestyle coach. Incidentally, I'm both of those things. So I find it really remarkable, but really enjoy watching women who come from the wellness space, because I feel like oftentimes, well, first of all, let's be honest. In the wellness space, there are not a lot of melanated people, let alone melanated women. So really nice to see other women in this space, to an area that I now live in, and is new to me. So AP, Ace, if you ladies ever want to collaborate, please reach out because I'm sure we are like-minded in many ways. But no, it's really great to see people in this space because, again, Ready to Love does a really great job at bringing on very successful melanated people who are primarily successful, though, in the sort of the corporate environment. And you don't really see people sort of in other sectors. So for me, it's really nice. It gets me a little bit excited because it's another relatable moment and point. And I saw you making a face whilst taking that first bite of your dinner. Sir, what say you? What say you, sir, to the dinner?
If I don't say nothing, that means I'll focus it on eating because it's so good. No words needed. Y'all can see by my face just how delicious this is. And if you want recipes, just send us the email. I'll put the email in the description. Okay.
All right. So the other newcomer this week, I don't remember his name. Do you? Eric. Eric is his name, and the other reason why, he's also very interesting to me because he's a professional chef. I'm an avid foodie, but beyond that, I'm also a cook, meaning I really enjoy cooking. Yishay can attest to that because he gets to benefit the most from my cooking, as you can see. But I'm a foodie, and I also have a background in the culinary world. But maybe I'll save that story for you another time. So anyways, I relate to both the newcomers this week because I'm passionate about food, also because I believe that food is thy medicine. So Chef Eric is of interest to me, as is holistic lifestyle coach AP.
And Eric is also a systems engineer, and as Dakia.
Right, because they went on the first date. Those two were the first ones to go on a date together.
Mm-hmm. And then the second date was Clifton and AP. So right away, you can see it when it's coming. This big dude, Clifton, is dating this vegan vegan lifestyle coach. And they're meeting at a vegan restaurant in DC, a cafe called Calabash.
We plan to go, so hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah, yes. And so they're meeting,
Support
and already
Black business.
and already he is talking about, man, why are we meeting at this vegan place? I can't eat nothing there. But so yeah, it's interesting.
Listen, a non-vegan can eat everything at a vegan restaurant. It's the vegan that has problems everywhere else. Continue.
Okay. Yeah, because they have vegan and vegetarian and other options, gluten-free options. But so Clifton and AP are sitting there, you know, they're having a nice dinner. He's like, well, I'm not really vegan, but you can put all the vegan food on a turkey sandwich and I'll eat it. And she's already looking at him like, I don't know if this is going to work. But she seemed to like him for a little bit, but she hit him with this bomb, like, you remind me of my brother. And he was like, how? She's like, your shape of your face, you know, just you. So, hint, you know, she already friend zoned you, my man, and that was messed up.
But at least she let him know early on.
Yeah.
She dropped the hint.
Yeah.
Very strong
She didn't
hint.
drop the hint. She said it straight.
Wow.
She said, like, yeah, friend zone vibes. And he also got in production camera and was like, yeah, it wasn't a connection, but, you know, I could be her friend, you know, I could invite her to the cookout, stuff like that.
So it was basically mutual. But
yeah.
You skipped right over Dakia and Eric's date. You didn't comment on that.
Okay, let's comment on Dakia and Eric's date.
All right, so Dakia is very sexy, beautiful, waiting for Eric to arrive. He sits down, they begin to converse, and they seemingly are having a really great time. It turns out they share many interests and are very similar in that they both are systems engineers. And they both have sort of similar experiences when it comes to cancer, unfortunately, or shared a bonding experience over that, if you could call it that. So there seemed to be chemistry. I reckon that Dakia was quite smitten with Eric, and he appeared to be smitten with her also. What do you think?
Yeah.
And what do you think of your food? Oh, he already said it was great.
Yeah, they seem to like each other, but he is like, everybody else, like, okay, I just got here and I need to see what everybody else got going on. She has been here, so she's like, well, I know who I like and don't like, and now you're in that group. So I mean, it seemed like, they got along really good, regular schmegular. So yeah, I didn't really think anything about the date, really.
I think Dakia has made this gentleman her number one.
Yeah, well, that she did on top of I think Demetrius and is it Tori?
Maybe Laverne?
Laverne.
No, Clifton maybe.
Clifton.
You know what? It's too early on. I think people are still very much dating 5 or 6 people right now, maybe even 4. So it's hard to see. Like no one is obviously. It's too early in the season to see people really sort of coming together like that. Aside from maybe Joy and Clifton, but even they're still dating and keeping their options open.
Yeah, I mean,
Eric seems to be now Dakia's number one. I think. Which is interesting because when they go on the group date, right? When they go painting.
you're going too far ahead.
Did I skip over too much?
We're still talking about that Dakia.
No, and I was going to tie it in how when they went on the group date. I think Dakia was getting jealous.
We're going to talk about the group date. We're going in order.
Sorry. Normally it's me keeping him in line, but we're trying something new.
Okay, so yeah, what I thought about Dakia and Eric's date is she also got right to the sex. They was talking about babies, and she's all about that sex this season. Okay, so now we have a group date, and now we have the group date because there was a couple, so I didn't know which one you was getting at first, so I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to make sure we're going in order. So they all go on this group date. There's Dakia, Ace, Joy, and Eric and Cornelius. So we got Eric and Cornelius with the lovely Dakia, Ace, and Joy. Cornelius, they're at a paint and sip thing, and it's pretty interesting what they painted. Because we got Cornelius painting his dead cat, whose name was Pimp the Cat. And Joy was like, seems kind of funny painting a dead cat, you know. All right, so.
Sorry, I think I missed an opportunity there.
All right, you're painting a dead cat. And then the new guy, Eric, he got his eyes on Joy. You know, he saw Joy and he's like, oh, he went and sat next to her. Mm-hmm. And I think Joy was put off with Cornelius. And Dakia is the only one who hasn't met Cornelius. Because actually, I think Ace liked Cornelius when she first met him. Yeah, she was like, unless she was just like, she's kind of like the cheerleader of this season. She's like, hey, all these cute little women coming in. Oh, all these handsome men. Like, everybody's handsome, everybody's cute. except for Paul. But anyway, so on this group date, yeah, it was just a paint and sip thing. You had Joy getting to know Eric, and Eric says he's the palate pleaser. You know, I think Joy brings out these sexual innuendos in these guys because everybody is joking with her, you know, with these lines. So, and then you had Cornelius and Dakia, you know, getting a conversation going, and then this is where she's talking about. Okay, they're talking about kids, and you know, Dakia is saying that she wants kids,
She's
and
open.
Cornelius says he wants kids, but then she got on a production camera and she was like, I don't know if I really want kids. You know, I got the eggs, but I don't know if I feel like putting them in
Cooking
the
them.
oven or cooking them. Yeah, so she just wants some sex, I think. As long as she getting sex, I think she would go with whatever comes with that. So let's see. Then, okay, you got any more to say about this date? It wasn't.
It was just really interesting to see because there was a time where to me it seemed like Dakia was maybe beginning to maybe get a tiny teeny speckle of jealousy when she saw how well Eric and Joy connected, and I think that she used that time to try to distract herself. She went on and took Cornelius off to the side. That's when they had that conversation about children, but she made that remark that even though I'm over here speaking to Cornelius, I'm still looking over at Eric and winking from across the room. You know, so I think that she was, you know, playing her part, which is she understands that everyone is dating multiple people. So she decided to be as engaged as she could be with somebody else whilst really keeping her eyes on who we believe is her number one, the new chef, the new contestant to have joined Ready to Love.
Yeah.
Eric.
I mean, yeah. Paint and sip dates.
That's a great date idea, by the way. Oh, but I don't drink.
That is a good date.
Never mind, squash it.
You have to have. There's
Can I bring my own
alcohol-free.
nutmeg?
No, there's alcohol-free wine. You can't drink coffee on the coffee. This is paint and sip, not paint
I'll just bring water.
Joe.
Listen, if it interests you, we can still go, and I'll just
Okay.
have water.
Good, I'll take your glasses. Okay, so all right, now we got Sabrina going on a date with Paul. And Oohs and Ahs, that's the soul food restaurant.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That mac and cheese.
I still have not been there, but everybody I talked to loves it. They said it's good, and we're gonna go. We just gonna go on our cheat day because you know soul food is not the best for your health, but you know every once in a while you can have that. But anyway,
80-20, guys. If you're eating correctly, 80% of the time, your body can absolutely handle the 20% when you wish to.
indeed.
Change it up.
Indeed. So, Paul and Sabrina are on a date. Mm-hmm. He's really feeling Sabrina. They're having a conversation, and she's just not really into this date. I mean, he's telling her a story of him being mischievous, and she's just really like, you know, I'm not really feeling this, like, us or you as a, you know, love interest. I think you give me like a friendship type mentor.
I caught the mentor. I thought that was odd.
Yeah. So, I mean, this season is full of firsts. I mean, we got the first ever friend zones. Like, everybody's putting people in the friend zone right away. They're not even wasting their time. They're like, nah, I'm getting a friend vibe from you. So, you know, this day's probably through.
And we haven't heard a single couple with the whole "I want to wait till marriage," which was a big theme last season.
I'm glad they stopped that because, you know, these fake religious people.
Not fake religious people.
I mean, I don't know. They're trying to make themselves look good on screen. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So about that date, you know, he was kind of sad. You know, he don't really know what he did. But, you know, my thing is like, it's funny because this woman got to be like 4'11", 5 feet. And this dude got to be like 6'5". So she like humbled this man. Like she put him in his place with just words. Like I was like, man, she just chopped him all the way down, you know? That was fun.
It was interesting. She's very well spoken. And actually, I meant to ask you because this gentleman over here has a thing with accents. He's able to always detect anything that is new. Did you, because maybe it's just me, but I kind of was beginning to believe that maybe she's not American when I heard her speaking yesterday. Did you catch anything?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No, but
In any case,
I mean, I
she's
wouldn't be
really
surprised.
cute.
Yeah. I know I think he's from Jersey or New York or something. He is just too much. he, he's on 10. There's a couple of guys here that's always on 100.
Laverne and
Laverne,
Paul.
Paul and Wiley.
Right.
Those dudes are
High
like
energy.
high energy, making their rounds. Okay, so now the other group date at the bowling alley. Now we have AP, Laverne, Joy, Paul, and Demetrius meeting up in the bowling alley.
Demetrius was there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I don't think I even noticed him. Demetrius.
Because Demetrius
I
is
need your
quiet.
outfits to be brighter because your personality is very toned down.
Well, see, that's what's weird because Demetrius is an army retired. He just retired from the army, and every dude I know in the army is like on 110. So it's pretty funny that he's not like really like, authoritative, demanding, aggressive, assertive, not aggressive, assertive. He, like everybody I know in the army is pretty assertive, They, they don't wait. Like he's like waiting around kind of, well, from what they showing, it's like he's just kind of in the cut because he knows like half the women like him. So they're not really showing his interactions. But yeah, this whole date, all you saw was AP and Laverne talking, and then Paul and Joy. And I don't know, was Demetrius actually bowling? Because everybody else was bowling and talking.
That's twice that Demetrius I didn't even notice because even in the ride later. So
That's the
we won't,
second.
yeah, but
Okay.
so I don't know what he's doing to connect with these women. Maybe it's all off the camera. Like maybe he's that kind of a person that just prefers to reach out and connect, not so much online. But I don't see how he can be holding on to any connections if this is how he acts on group dates, which is he basically makes himself almost invisible.
Well, that might be the case. Or it could be like what they showing. They might be leaving that out. Maybe he's boring. Or maybe the conversations or
Black people are not boring. Where is there a
Okay.
boring black person?
All right, yeah, you're right, yeah. Anyway, it was funny, this Laverne, I don't know, like he might all the guys I think are pretty cool, but Laverne is starting to be a little questionable because he always wants some woman to touch his booty. Like remember on the first episode,
yeah.
well no, the last week when he
Carmen.
met Carmen, he was like, touch him, back down.
I would not have touched a strange man's buttocks.
Yeah, that was weird. And then at this bowling alley, he's like, "You
Yeah.
want to touch my?
Is this
you
all
want,
I'm getting?
You want to touch my butt?" He asked her like, "You want to touch my butt?" Like, why?
You know what?
That's his thing. That's how you get the women.
I reckon he was living alone during lockdown and was just needing to catch up on
man.
physical touch.
Nah, do you find that attractive? A man with hard glutes?
The hard glutes I don't have a problem with, but you needing me to validate you in that way and like touch you is I don't find that attractive.
Yeah, you're practically asking them to touch you. Please touch me.
That's not attractive to me.
Yeah. All right. I would never, I don't even know why that's happening. And I would never do something like that. But I just, got to ask why. I guess it worked for him somewhere because he's doing it. Okay. So then, other thing about this date, lots of the focus, who they were focusing on this date was basically Joy and Laverne because they're talkative. So
And she's very flirty. She's outgoing, so she gives the camera crew great content.
yeah, it's like her, she's flirtable. She
Flirty.
flirty enough. I mean, it's no problem if a man is being, flirty and doing sexual innuendos with her because she's that type like, where it doesn't bother her. Like she
Right.
seems just fun. She knows it's just joking around, right? She's not taking it so serious. Whereas you got some prudes like that chick that they got rid of. Tiffany, yeah, she would
With the
have
gorgeous
probably
hair,
made a big
beautiful
deal.
woman.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, so I didn't see anything else with that date, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a regular date. I mean, between friends. I don't think any connections were made here. It could be behind the scenes, but like I said, I think Ace likes no. Was it no 8? Was it AP? No, it was AP, not Ace. Yeah, Ace was
AP. She was there, but she was just quietly
was
getting
quiet.
to know the guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not very loud or outspoken. That's why, like I was saying, the cameramen mostly, got their content from Joy and Joy's interaction because she came in quite loud and then she was flirty with everyone. She was dressed really cute and sexy. And that's kind of her MO, which I love. She's consistently cute and sexy, consistently loud, consistently flirty, and in a good mood.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that, especially when, like, that's who you are, and judging by the consistency of it, that is who she is.
Yeah.
So
She seemed like a really cool person to hang out
she
with.
would, yeah, she would be a cool person.
Because she was talking
Let us
about.
know. I don't know anyone in this area.
When she was talking about balls, like she was like, "I'm always around balls. There's a lot of balls to roll, rolling balls." She was saying something like that. Okay, so the next group date was kind of cool and weird for a date at the same time. The tour of the monuments on the bus, the open air bus, the open roof bus when you're on the top, and driving around DC with a tour guide explaining all the monuments and everything. So they had Sabrina, AP, and Demetrius, and Tori.
And Wiley.
And incidentally, Sabrina is attracted to all these guys. Mm-hmm. Tori, Demetrius, and Wiley. Mm-hmm. So this is a date where they're in the tour bus, where they're in the that tour bus, and they're sitting there and wind's blowing. I'm like, man, these are black women, man. Y'all better. I don't know why they agreed to get on this bus, knowing their hair is gonna be messed up. But yeah, it's weird because you got Wiley. Wiley just went in for AP. He throwing game. He spitting the hardest raps. He macking on her, and she already just in the camera. She was like, yeah, I liked all the guys there, and unfortunately, Wiley sat next to me. I just think she saw that he looks young, and she already knew, while he was talking, and she was just like, nah, I'm 44, he's 34. Age is a big factor for her. That's off the table.
They're in two different places in their lives also, because she has 2 children that she's trying to raise as a widower. And this is a young man, fresh out of his 20s, also coming from, a legacy family in the DC area. So he's probably not fully finished hoeing out. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. But you don't need to approach a woman who's in a whole different period in her life.
Yeah, he is pretty much like DC royalty. He is. He's the prince or the first son, whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean that's he was spitting game, but she was like ha 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 ha. She was blocking him. And what's his name? The other Tori and
Sabrina.
Yeah, they didn't really say anything. I think Tori was talking, and Sabrina was like, "Why ain't Demetrius coming up here sitting next to me?" And she kept saying like, and that was weird too, because both of the women wanted him to be they wanted to get to know him on this bus, and he's sitting way in the back by himself. I mean, there's a seat next to Sabrina, And then there's the front seat in front of AP and Wiley. So he could have like sat in either place and just, or in the front and just, he could have, everybody does that when they're on the bus. They talk and they mingle, but he was just like, I don't know if he's shy for real or maybe
Zero effort.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I think
it looked like.
I think he's just kicking back, like I ain't really got to work because, I could tell these women won't. I know they.
Not
I know
I
can
can
get 'em.
tell.
I can tell. I just know. Nah, he does. He gets the attention from the ladies, so he's like, hey, if they want to talk to me, or maybe he's not into these two.
I think he is into them, but I don't know what his strategy or his personality or anything of the sort. I guess I would just have to guess that he is behind the scenes keeping his connection strong through communication, through interaction that we've just not seen or has not been presented to us yet. Two group dates that he was on, one of which I don't even remember seeing him there at the alley, to be honest with you, at the bowling alley. But the second time, I definitely saw him at the back of the bus because he looked so odd just being in the corner and literally not making eye contact with anyone, but just like really looking around and looking at everything but the people that he was on that bus with, which are his castmates.
I mean, that's how I would be because I already know I ain't got to do nothing because
Oh, is
I
that
just
what?
sit back and let the ladies come to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to, y'all, I'll let y'all burn yourselves out. And when you done with them, then send them to me. All right.
Okay, no words.
All right.
But yeah, so it was just, it was disappointing. We have not seen, honestly, I feel like since the very first episode at the mansion, we've not really heard anything from Demetrius. So hopefully that will change because I think he's a strong contender. I'm just not sure if he's not motivated, not assertive, or if he's just not comfortable pursuing women on camera, which is also a possibility. So I guess time will tell.
Okay. Well, definitely weird that he didn't engage. So the next date is Joy and Clifton.
God, how many dates were there on this episode?
There's a lot because they have more people. So Joy and Clifton, they're going to date to the Swahili village. Oh man, and they had their plate was looking so good.
It was.
I know that was Swahili fish, coconut curry, drenched all over that fish, and the Swahili rice. Oh man, yeah. So that's an
Delicious food that we were blessed enough to enjoy in Kenya over the summer.
Indeed.
It was tremendous. Absolutely. Oh, and also the owner of Swahili Village has a great little, what do they call them? An op-ed? There's a little blurb on him on YouTube if you want to know about his life story. And support Black.
Yeah, that was I was saying it was like 20 minutes long. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but anyway, I was surprised, but well, from the beginning, Joy was feeling Clifton, and they kind of look like they could be relatives. Nah, I'm just joking.
Not relatives.
I just can't see them. I don't know. I don't see them together. But
I don't either.
They seem to like each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she feeds. I don't know if she fed him or if he's just like, can I get a bite of that? See, that's what you don't be so greedy, because he took a bite of that fish and almost died because he's allergic to coconut. And
that's a damn shame.
They used real coconut, and hey, that ought to be a sign. Because if it was imitation coconut, we wouldn't have seen anything on that. So
I didn't even know that existed until Clifton said that.
Yeah.
Another reason to be sad about the state of food in America.
And another reason, like, he's problematic for the yoga and the
why? Because he can
AP.
only eat.
He can't eat real coconut.
Right.
He can't eat fresh, fresh
alkaline
food.
Coconut.
Yeah.
Wants some synthetic stuff from China.
All he wants is,
I don't know where it came
he
from.
said all he wanted is meat paws. He didn't say that, but he said he's a carnivore. So yeah, that date, it was just they was really flirty with each other, and
Yeah.
they had in common that they had lost.
Yeah.
He lost his father, she lost her father, and they had that in common, and she thought that that spoke to her intuition about him, that he's a good guy, he's the one for her because they both knows what it's like to share some that pain like that. But yeah, I can't see them. I could see him with the little one.
Sabrina?
No, the other
Dakia.
one, Dakia. That's about it. So then, so yeah, what do you think about that date overall?
Because the poor guy nearly died. It took away from, what could have been more time spent getting to know each other, connecting more. But overall, the date, I think, went well, and I'm sure that they'll go on several dates, really. Both of them, I think, are number one on the other person's list. So, although I don't believe that they'll end up together like you, I just don't see it, but they could surprise us. They are each other's number one, so I think that until something happens to derail that, we'll continue to see the two of them sort of progress and move forward through this process. And I think I said this to you earlier, as far as like any other guesstimates or feelings about who might end up together. For me, I feel like it's really too early on, and especially since they continue to throw in new people every week. And so, for instance, like Eric, all of a sudden just jumped up to the top of Dakia's list. It's for me, it's too soon to have any kind of foresight or a prediction about who will actually end up together. How about you?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see anybody at this point. It's kind of hard because they keep throwing in people, which is kind of good because it makes it more dynamics that we can't figure out what's going to happen. We can only figure out if they're going to stay together or not after, which I think I was always right on who I thought would stay together and they ended up not staying together. So anyway, we end up back in the ladies' lounge, and these ladies seem to get together along for the most part so far. So let's talk about the connections that they spoke about in the ladies' lounge.
Hold on, though. He said so far they seem to be getting along. Spoiler alert, in the trailer for next week, it looks like things start to fluctuate a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like it's getting dicey, and somebody gonna feel the wrath of it's gonna be like the lady in the last. What's her name? Camille.
And Zadia.
So let's see. So the connections they spoke about in the ladies' lounge was so Ace picked Laverne. She's connected with him. Joy, she picked Clifton. Carmen picked Clifton. And so, Joy was looking kind of like, they can't hide that off the camera. So then we had Sabrina picked Demetrius. Sabrina also picked Tori. Precious picked Paul. She's the only one who likes Paul. Nobody else seemed to like him. Dakia picked Eric, Clifton, and Demetrius. So we got Sabrina and Dakia are vying for Demetrius. And then we got Carmen and Joy and Dakia for Clifton. So weakest connections.
Clifton is busy. So is Demetrius.
Clifton and Demetrius. And Demetrius ain't had to do no work. Nobody likes Wiley. They know. A musician's
He's
son,
not ready.
ain't no way.
He's not. And he played football. He's just too young. Maybe at 42.
Yeah, maybe
not
another
right now.
10 years. Okay, they talked about their weakest connections. And AP and Wiley.
No connection there.
Yeah, because the age, she's not letting the age thing go. Dakia and Laverne. So Dakia said Laverne. What did she say about him?
I don't remember what she said about him.
It'll come to me. Laverne and Cornelius. Dakia was the one that said Laverne sounds. No, that's Carmen that said Laverne seems positive all the time. But that's a front. So something he did rubbed her the wrong way.
That's right. They were texting, and she's like, he thinks he's being positive, but actually, there's something else going on.
Yeah. So Dakia.
Those are Carmen's words about Laverne.
Yeah. So Dakia also doesn't like Cornelius. Just sweet and cuddly. And then Carmen don't like Laverne. Yeah, we just said that. Ace and Paul. Ace ain't feeling Paul.
I don't think anyone's feeling Paul.
Yeah, Ace seems like, well, he ain't really tried to get with her, He ain't tried it. He don't say, he not taking authority. He's not being direct. He's not, assertive. He's not trying to grab me by the hand and say, let's go. So she just here for the fun. She want to get somebody. I think win or lose, she gonna be okay. She's like, okay, well, bye. It was nice meeting you guys. And then you got Joy. Don't like Cornelius and Paul. I forgot what she said about Paul. Cornelius. She got the friend vibes. Sabrina doesn't like Paul, of course. And Precious defends Paul. So Precious is really on Paul's team. It's like, that's who she wants.
Yeah. And she fought for him.
Yeah, she really fought and defended him.
So when it was time to go home, because she fought for Paul, who went?
Who?
Who left?
Oh, okay. So the terminations, we got Paul and Cornelius. So those were the consensus. So to give the news, they had Joy and Precious. Right. So Precious went on a date with Paul because, who better to tell you than the person who's feeling you? And then Joy went on a date with Cornelius, which they never dated, so who's going home. So it was Cornelius with his pimp the cat and his cuddly and warm. Those are some questionable pictures he had when they first introduced him. It's like that picture.
The one on the bed for me.
Yeah, on the bed. Where he was in his underwear. The one with the cat. This big burly dude with the picture of the cat and him posing with the flag, with the rainbow flag behind him. That was just like, that was kind of funny.
You're doing too much.
Maybe I was like, maybe he was on the wrong show. Maybe he was. I don't know if they got a Ready to Love for the rainbow code, for the LGBT, but it is what it is.
Brought to you by OWN.
I just gave y'all idea. Y'all know it's gonna work, so I'll take my royalties. Let me send me, fax me.
We have a Venmo and a Cash App. Check the description box.
Yeah, so that was it in a nutshell.
Did you tell them who went home?
Yeah. Okay. So after all that, Cornelius went home. Joy said, you just seem like so friendly with everybody. So he already knew. He was like, damn, I got friend zoned by 7 women in one day. It's like, yeah. So he was like, he kind of was like, okay, I'll talk to you later. And he just walked out. I mean, he wasn't mad at that. He was like, okay, as a matter of fact, I got this thing to do. So then, what's her name? Precious, since she likes Paul, she was just, telling him you know, what the ladies thought about him and what he could change. And without saying it, she was like, I'm telling you because I care, and I'm like the only one who likes you and stuff. So I'm sure he saw that, but I wonder, I don't know who he likes. So he's got to make, like these guys now, they got to make it known who they really want. Or, you know, I don't know. I think it's about time. But Precious did, you know, she was telling Paul this, and Paul was like, I don't really believe what they said, but I'm going to take everything and I'm going to make adjustments, you know. So that's the most mature thing on this show yet. Out of all the seasons, that's the first time a guy said that I know of. So yeah, it was
This is a decent episode. I'm gonna give it a 7 for me out of 10.
Out of 10, this episode? Yeah, 6 or 7.
Yeah, could have been better. Could have been also been worse. So it's okay.
Could have been. So you have anything else to add?
No. Buon appetito. Get free, and see you next time.
And a boujo lady, you too. So.
I'm gonna keep him.
Okay, so what do you think about this season? And how would you rate this episode?
The season is all right. I'm still curious as to why they did 2 back-to-back in DC, but I find it interesting. I'm not complaining for having content to watch or comment at. I was just surprised. So I could get used to this if you're going to do back-to-back Ready to Love. I'm okay with that. But the season overall is so far good. I think we're off to a hotter start, more engaging start than the last season in DC. And this episode could have been better, could have also been worse. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's okay.
All right.
And your thoughts?
I think the season is good so far. I like the ladies, all of the ladies on this season so far. Yeah.
Would you rate
So
the episode?
the episode, I would give it a 6.
And the season, what do you think so far?
Yeah, I like the season.
Better than last?
No, I don't know if he could top that one yet. That was a lot. That was a good one. So with that being said, that's it for our review. And we're going to finish up this food. And until next time, we'll be back with review of Ready to Love Season 6, Episode 4
next
4.
week.
All right. And so until then.
Until next time, be safe, get free. Bye.
All right. And stay decent.